Hello everyone, welcome back to Tokophobic and Pregnant. I'm not really sure if I should be recording right now because I'm a little bit of an emotional wreck after the news I've just had. So the hospital that I was sent to by mistake have called and they've just said that they need me to return all the way to the hospital that's really far away to redo the blood tests because they failed to label my blood samples correctly. Now, this might not sound like a big deal to most people, but it's the stress. The stress. They're not helping at all. I'm going to try not to get upset. I spent enough time today being upset and angry because this is just the latest in a long string of administrative hiccups. And as someone with tokophobia who really needs that additional support, it's not good. Oh, God. It's not good at all. This is just my first appointment. I've got a whole pregnancy to get through. Now, I understand it's a terrible time with COVID and this ongoing pandemic, but you would think that they would show a little bit of care with people who need help during their pregnancy, especially those who have mental health problems and need that support. You would think that medical health professionals, such as the NHS, have a duty of care and a responsibility to not be the cause of stress, especially for pregnant women. But they seem to be the primary cause of stress for me. And I essentially have two choices now. I can either accept their mistake, their millionth mistake, and go back to the hospital that's far away to redo blood samples and move on to my 12-week scan as the next appointment. But to be honest, if I have to go through that again, then I'd prefer to just drop this hospital entirely. They have lost my confidence, they've lost my trust. And like I say, as someone with tokophobia, I need a hospital I can trust. A hospital that will care. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gather myself. Wait until after the new year, because I'm recording this on the 22nd of December, and then I'm going to go to a different hospital entirely, one that has a better reputation and facilities, and just start again from scratch. Do the whole choosing my new hospital, getting the first appointment, going in there, getting the blood test done, learning how it works. And then, hopefully by February, when I'll be much further along than I am now, I'll finally get a scan. And, at this point, I have no faith that I'll actually receive any significant mental health help. They can't even do the physical medical help. Now, I'm really praying right now. I'm really praying that this is just a singular event, a singular hospital that's showing this kind of negligence. Because like I say, I understand we're in the middle of a pandemic, but if it's not, and if it's all hospitals, and the next hospital I go to, I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. Because this kind of administrative hiccups were happening before I even chose the hospital, which I ended up being booked in the wrong one anyway. So doesn't that imply that it's not just this hospital, that it is just in fact the NHS as a whole right now? Obviously, I have nothing to draw from. This is my first child. All I've got is other people's stories, and people like to tell the stories where things went wrong. They don't like to say, oh yeah, things went completely smoothly. I mean, I have a friend who was actually referred to a hospital that doesn't exist yet. It doesn't exist yet. And I have I know someone else who, in order to get a scan, had to go to A&E and pretend she had stomach problems during a pregnancy so that she actually got a scan. And it's not just pregnancy, there's other instances of people trying to get appointments for infections and illnesses and just being unable to receive the care they should receive. But I'm really trying to stay strong, for myself, for this baby, for my partner and the people around me as well. But it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And people might dismiss my turmoil and emotions right now as being because I'm pregnant. But I'll tell you one thing, I'd say like 99% of this is terror. Absolute terror because of what has occurred so far in the hospital. And the fact that I have no choice but to actually trust in these people to help me get through my pregnancy and mental health problems and a potential C-section is just the scariest thing in the world. They can't even label blood samples. They can't even get our address correct on their system. They can't even book me in at the correct hospital, one that's close by. I know I said that, I understood that we're in the middle of a global ongoing pandemic. But let's be honest, how is that affecting maternity wards or antenatal or prenatal wards and care? When I went there, the place was dead. It was dead. And even people that actually have COVID are not being advised to go to the hospital. They never have been. There's just no excuse. No excuse for not doing things like getting my information correct on their system or labelling blood samples. There's no excuse. How can they get that wrong? And if I can't trust them with the little things, there's not a chance in hell I am trusting them with the big things. And this for me is the biggest thing I'll ever do. No, people can dismiss this as, oh yeah, she just got pregnancy anxiety, and oh yeah, she just doesn't like the hospitals. No, this is tokophobia. This is why we need extra help. Because even the idea of going into the hospital to be poked and prodded and have your blood taken, being surrounded by other pregnant people, it's an awful experience that I now have to relive my first appointment. Which, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, which it wasn't, but after the fact, it's fine. Once you've been there and done it, you think, oh yeah, it's over and done with. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But like I say, now I've got to do it again. But I have never felt more abandoned by doctors. Well, abandoned and let down by doctors. So this is feeling abandoned and let down by medical professionals at a time in my life when I need them the most. Because I'm not a normal patient. I'm not a normal pregnant woman. I am a crazy pregnant woman. A psychotic pregnant woman, if you will. And you know what? It took all of my strength not to pour all of my anger and frustration and upset into a sternly worded email or letter or phone call. But you know what? What would be accomplished in doing that? Absolutely nothing. The amount of complaints I've actually submitted in my entire life, and has that resulted in any kind of change? No. No. The only function that a complaint service has is to make people suffering feel like they've had a voice when they don't. It doesn't affect change. And it certainly won't affect change having one tokophobic and pregnant woman screaming down the phone at someone, or sending a letter or an email. So, why bother? Why bother? The only thing I can do now is, like I say, just leave it for a while, a few weeks, till after New Year, and then start the process from scratch. Hopefully, choosing a hospital that inspires my confidence. But we'll see. And I can't really think of anything else to say. I just wanted to get all that off my chest, because that news really upset me. I did want, the things I say on my vlog to be, I don't know, uplifting, inspirational, and alleviate people's fears, but this is one of those things, it's one of those times where that's not possible. But I suppose this would serve as a reminder to people to be extremely mindful of what hospital you choose and where you choose to have your care throughout your pregnancy. It's very important, very important. I have so much regret for choosing the place that I did. So yeah, anyway, that's it. That's all I can say. Let's just hope that when I start again, things will be different. Things will be better.